Once upon a time, there was an intelligent minister in the royal court. He always had solutions to every problem, and the king never made major decisions without consulting him. This made the other courtiers jealous. One day, the king said to the minister, "You are very wise, but your son is foolish." The minister was surprised and asked why. The king explained that every morning, he asked the minister's son, "Which is more valuable, gold or silver?" And the boy always chose silver, making the entire court laugh at him. At home, the minister asked his son why he did that. The boy replied, "Every time I choose silver, the king gives me a silver coin. If I choose gold, the game will end, and I will no longer receive money." Hearing this, the minister realized that his son was not foolish, but actually very wise. Every morning, when the king met the people, he would call the minister's son over and place 2 coins before him, 1 silver and 1 gold. The king would ask, "Choose the more valuable coin." Every time, the boy picked the silver one, making the king laugh and the entire court mock him. This made the minister feel ashamed. When he returned home, he asked his son, "You know gold is more valuable than silver, so why do you always pick silver in front of the king?" The boy replied, "Father, every day I choose the silver coin, the king laughs and continues this game the next day. Because of this, I receive a silver coin daily. If I choose gold, the game will end, and I will no longer receive any more silver coins." Hearing this, the minister was astonished. He realized that his son was not foolish at all, but extremely intelligent. The boy understood that small but consistent gains were more valuable than receiving the best reward once and losing future opportunities. The minister was amazed by his son's explanation. The boy led his father to his room, opened a box filled with silver coins, and said, "Look, father, these are the silver coins I have received from the king every day. If I had chosen gold from the beginning, the game would have ended, and I wouldn't have received anything else. But by choosing silver, I ensured a steady income. The king enjoys this game, laughs happily, and continues testing me every morning. Because of this, I have accumulated a great amount." Hearing this, the minister no longer felt ashamed. He realized that intelligence is not always about showing off, but sometimes about thinking deeply. The courtiers might mock his son, but in reality, they failed to see the wisdom behind his actions. From then on, whenever someone called his son foolish, the minister simply smiled and remained silent. He knew that true intelligence does not need to be displayed openly. It lies in understanding the situation and using it to achieve long-term benefits. After hearing his son's explanation, the minister no longer felt ashamed, but instead, he felt extremely proud. He realized that his son was not foolish, as people thought, but rather, he was incredibly smart. The boy understood that if he had chosen gold from the start, the king would lose interest in the game, and he would no longer receive daily silver coins. However, by continuously choosing silver, he amassed a large fortune over time. This demonstrated not only strategic thinking, but also patience in securing long-term benefits. From that day on, the minister no longer cared about others' criticism. When someone called his son foolish, he simply smiled and did not argue. He understood that true wisdom does not require proving to others. Those who are wise will recognize its value, while those who are not will never understand, no matter how much you explain. This story reminds us that intelligence does not always need to be displayed. Sometimes making simple yet wise choices can bring far greater rewards than trying to prove oneself. Be patient, appreciate what you have, and keep moving forward without worrying about others' opinions.